What's up, everybody? Whack4863 here, and today we're playing Metro Exodus. Now, the way that I'm going to play Metro Exodus is we're going to play it stealthily and light lethal. What that means is that in areas where it requires you to be lethal, I will be lethal, but in any other area, I am going to be passive or not lethal. So I'll knock people out, but I won't kill them. I'm also going to edit out any of the cutscenes that I feel like don't pertain to what I'm doing. This is just going to be a guide for mainly stealthily getting through the level. So if you are looking for a guide to show you the whole level, or you're just wanting to watch a gameplay, you're probably going to need to look somewhere else for that. So this is the Moscow level. It is the first level of the game, and we're going to pick it up right here. And the reason why I'm picking it up here is because this is where the game explains stealth to you. So I figured it would be important for you guys to see the stealth mechanic and how that works. So once the game gives you control back, you can see it's telling you, don't rush, take your time, turn off the light. These are all things that you would expect in a stealth game. Now, one thing that you'll want to pay attention to is your wristwatch. And your wristwatch is going to light up when you are under lights. Now, if you are playing on PS4, the light bar on your controller is actually going to brighten when you're in the light and dim when you are in the shadows. So that is a helpful thing, at least on the PS4, in order to know where your light is. So you can see it's pretty easy to sneak past a lot of these things. Even though I'm, 3 or 4 feet from the guy, as long as I'm in the shadows, I am able to sneak past him. So the next thing that it's going to teach you about is taking out enemies silently, as well as using other lighting sources and how to rid yourself of those. So for PS4 at least, you're going to walk up and there is a punch button. When you actually have lethal items, it'll give you an option to kill as well, and you can interact with the lights to toggle them on and off. The last tool in the arsenal for stealth is actually going to be distraction items, and when you find cans lying around on the ground or bottles, you can pick those up to distract different guards. So if we toss a can over there, hopefully we can get him to look in another direction, which we did, and now we can sneak through to the next area.
Artyom, I see the enemy. Give me a boost. Can't really see well with the snowstorm. Don't forget your visibility gauge, Artyom.
Now, once you've reached this area of the level, this is where the real meat and potatoes of the stealth comes in, and it gives you an initial taste, a small taste right off the bat. So basically, there are multiple NPCs in the area, multiple enemies that you don't want to be spotted by. Now, you don't have to necessarily stay stationary. You actually can move quite quickly through a lot of the different areas in this level. However, if you are timid or you're worried about it, if you hold off a little bit, you will see the enemy paths, and they'll either stop entirely or they'll recreate a single path until something in the environment is changed, such as turning a light off, making a noise. Those kinds of things would make the environment and the NPC tracking change, and could really screw you up, or it could make it better. So we're going to try to make it through this entire section without alerting anybody. And again, we are going light lethal. So again, if I can, I am not going to kill anybody because there is a karma system in the game. and I want to have the best karma possible. So we're going to turn these lights off here, and if we come around this corner, you'll see some ductwork. Do not think that the ductwork is there for show. It is actually there for a purpose. So we will sneak across this, and you can see the NPCs down below me, onto the pipes. Now, I talked a little bit about moving quickly. You also need to slow down in some areas. So if I was to drop down at this point in time, the guy that's walking the direction I want to go is going to hear me. So you want to give a little bit of distance. Right about there should be good before you drop down. One of the mechanics that I really love about this game is that you're actually able to do a crouch jump where you jump up on something and remain crouched, so you don't have to worry about jumping and then crouching again. However, if you are wanting to get up and jump and do all those things, you are going to have to remember to uncrouch once you jump. So now we've completed the first little area of stealth there. We have a moment's breather to just kind of pick some things up and get a few different items.
Take the mask off, Artyom. Now we have to find Yermak.
Now I see a light and I turn it off. I'm just that way from playing the previous Metro games. When I see a light, I turn it off. Now once you're in this section, you are going to be recommended to go down this ladder here. I do not go down this ladder. I find another path that I like even more. So I'll show you that path here.
There's nobody out there, that's for sure. If the outside gates were, it could only be watchmen. What if it's the attackers? Well, then those watchmen just had a nice meal and we don't have to worry. You say so. Still, this
So we should be able to sneak past both of these guys, but I'm actually rushing a little bit in this section, and what you guys don't know is there's a guy to my left. So when you are presented with someone face on, just act quickly or restore to a save point. So at this point in the level, the rest of the guards get called off in order to deal with some mayhem happening somewhere else, an emergency is going on, and you are left with a singular guard guarding the person that you need to get to. So all you need to do at this point is just give it a little bit of time, wait for the guards to clear out. It looks like they have already. And what you're going to do is watch for this guy to make his loop. He walks towards the light, back towards you, and again repeats that pattern. So once he turns his back to you, you're going to seize your window of opportunity, go up and give him a punch to the back of the head, like so.
All clear.
At this point in the level, the game is going to require you to go loud and lethal. I'm going to cut that out, and we'll pick back up where we can do some more stealth.
Let me do it, Colonel, sir. I will be appointing the volunteers here. Artyom will do it.
Why Artyom?
Because he's starting to talk, and he better do something about it.
So now that we've been voluntold that we are going to board the enemy train and sabotage it, we can get into some more stealth here. So we're going to pick up some explosives on the way out. There we go. And we have to make it from the back end of the train all the way to the engine. So
Ours is out of town for a bit till the excitement quiets down. And you just opened fire. Will you let us go if we stop?
now once we boarded the train, the easiest way actually through the train is definitely to go in stealth mode, because there are a lot of closed areas where you just are outgunned. There are way too many enemies in this area for you to be able to survive the battle. Now, it can be done. I'm not saying it can't, but it's definitely a lot easier to do this train in stealth mode, or at least partial stealth mode.
Buy yourself a seat
Now, if you go to the left here into that room, there is a book that you can find. However, it is not required to go in there in order to complete your mission. So we're going to skip that room entirely. You can see in there, there's a couple of guards. Pretty easy to get through, but like I said, I'm just going to skip it.
I'll be damned if I give it to parasites like you.
Moving into the first room, you just want to sneak off to the right, and you're going to go buy these crates and other pieces of equipment. As you get towards the end, the door will open. Make sure you don't fall out to the right. When that happens, you want to stay to the left and move your way back into the train. There you can see the door opened. Like I said, make sure you don't go off to the right there. You want to stay in the middle of the train here. Now in this section, you want to be slightly patient. You want to give a moment in order for the NPCs to play out this part of the sequence where they actually take out part of these enemies for you, and it's actually the enemy that is facing you. So we'll just give it a little bit more time here, and then you'll see that play out. And there you go, you have one enemy down and only one left to knock out. So now we can move forward. Just need to knock this guy out here. And then we're going to sneak underneath the floor here. Now, towards the end of this section, you are going to be noticed somehow, some way. There's just no way around it. They're going to announce that there's an enemy on the train. There you go, there's enemies on the train. Nobody's shooting at you, nobody's paying any attention to you. They just know that you're there. That doesn't mean that you didn't get through the entire train in stealth mode. The guy that jumps out the door in front of you likely got hit by a train. I'm not sure if that was the smartest decision. This is a cutscene, and I'm going to let the entire cutscene play out, but I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Oh my god, Artyom! Thank goodness you're okay!
Now we are not just traitors. We are honest-to-God enemy saboteurs.
We stopped 100 clicks from Moscow to check our Geiger counters.